Right, today we've got the delt dominant shoulder day. Be a bit of chest in here, but a bit of delts as well. So I'm going to warm up the old joints. Hear them clicking and cracking. Ooh, shoulders ain't what they used to be, man. So let's go into my top set now. I've had a couple of warm-up sets. So I'm going to try 3 plates aside. It might be a little bit ambitious this far into prep. I'm 7.5 weeks out now. So yeah, we'll see how we go, but I'm not entirely sure I'll nick this one. See what happens. Ooh. Right, come on, big boy. Hup. No, I'm going to stop that one short. If I know the rep's going to be half-assed, I'm going to be shaking it up. Then I don't see a point in taking it because I'm not giving it everything. It's half the rest of my body that's moving it, not my shoulders. So that's when you know to end the set. But before I go on, this is what's fueling me today. That is Pump by Refined Nutrition. Really, really good product. It's got a usual citrulline, beta-alanine, AAKG. It's got tyrosine, taurine. It's also got some Himalayan salt in there, which will aid in better pumps and help with hydration, and some black pepper extract, which will help it all absorb better into your system. So this is available at refinednutrition.co.uk, code VISION to save yourself some money. Let's go and do some shoulders. Just funny, someone else said that to me the other day. He's like, oh, I'm gonna have to put the weight down from you. I was like, dude, if you saw how little food I'm on at the moment, how little energy I got. I think he was about 2 or 3 clicks up from me in the end. But yeah. I like this machine. I prefer the Panata one, but next I'm on to crucifix raises. Just get this down at the right height. So get yourselves a set of these, the 1MR wrist cuffs, because they are an absolute game changer. And what I tend to do is set them up like a ninja chop. And then back, slowly down under control. Hold it at the top and slowly down. You want to think you're moving a bit like a Y, like a capital Y. And you should feel good tension on the lateral delts. Maybe a bit ambitious with the weight there. Derobe. What? It's getting hot. Don't forget as well, stay hydrated, people. So in my intro, I've got Ultra Hydrate by Refined Nutrition. I've got Ultra EAAs, Ultra Glutamine, and a couple of cracks of Himalayan pink salt. Keep me hydrated. EAAs will help with the recovery. Oh, and there's some Ultra Creatine in there as well for the energy and strength. So that's my intro. No carbs at the moment because I am deep into prep. I prefer to have my carbs through meals. At least I can enjoy them and I feel a little bit fuller. If I just mix them in a drink, I'm just not feeling as satisfied. So, and I train fasted anyway. my first meal isn't until post-workout, which obviously you'll see a bit later on. The last one on the delt pump is just literally some dumbbell seated laterals. I don't go heavy, I'm literally just chasing a little pump here just to finish off before I move on to some chest work. Just a couple of sets. I'm just using 15 kilos there. As I said, nothing too heavy. It's just enough to get a bit more blood flow in the lateral head, because my delts are shit and they need all the work they can get. So next, on this Atlantis incline press, which is probably one of my favourite chest press machines. What's happening, mate? You good? Yeah, really good, really good. You are? Yeah. I feel like death, but yeah. Mate, when you get that deep into prep, it's fuck me. Yeah. You're getting there. I'm starting to get prep face now. 7 weeks, well 7.5 weeks, first one. I'm using that as a warm up, and then probably, and my main show, I'm doing PCA Wales, and then I'll just see where I go after that. I'm going to do a couple more, but see if it's the last answer now. Yeah. I tell everyone I'm retiring from men's physique. I don't know, yeah, we'll see. I'm definitely gonna have a couple of years out, and then we'll see, man. Yeah. Have a good one, dude. Yeah, so the Atlantis press, it's just nice, it feels nice. Load it up. Off season, I'll do 6-7 plates aside on this, but obviously not now. But yeah, again, just warming up the old joints, as they're not what they used to be at 42 years old. Nice. Right, let's go with the top set now. See how I get on with this. I might actually get a spot on this one just in case. Darren. You ain't fucking listening. Fuck it, I'll go it alone. I'll go alone. I don't even know I got this in me. Oh, I don't know. No, it's not there. I'll just be fucking lifting ego. That's how I know I'm deep in prep, because I've got nothing in there to move that. Right, let's try this again with the pussy weights and less ego. Better. This is the one negative about training fasted in prep. Right, last one's for chest and then a set of triceps. But I tend to find I've got a bit of a niggle in my tendon on my left arm, and I get a little bit of pain on this, so I have to go careful. Right in my elbow joint as well. I need to remember to keep my head back too. I do have a tendency to let my head go forward and my shoulders roll. So I need to keep my head back, my chest up, to prevent that from happening. Right, lastly onto triceps. I do a double arm. This, lean forward, and extend out, down and out, and a little squeeze at the bottom. I think I've probably gone too light on this, to be fair. I'll go up. I won't film the rest of the sets because it'll be boring, but I definitely need to go up. I literally felt fuck all on that. Now, just a little bit of cardio. Managed to break my headphones, so I've got a flappy ear. But 45 minutes just to finish the session. And then you'll see me getting my steps in, going to the shop. And then you'll see a little bit of what I eat and what I do in a day. In a bit. Now, here is current rig. Could be leaner. Bit of abs. Still, as I said, 7 or so weeks to go. But we're getting there. So, cardio done, training done, chest and delts. Now time to go and eat. Actually, I need to get some steps in first. Then the first meal goes in a bit. So, that's training done. Knackered. So now, off to go and park up. I park up on the river. Well, not on the river, my car don't float. I park up next to the river. Parking sensors, park next to a bush. Yeah, I park up on the side of the river and then I get my steps into the shop. So by doing that, because I'm in a small shop all day, I don't get time. So doing that 20-minute walk to and from my car before and after work, as well as what gets done around the gym and then just general walking around, that hits my step count. So I get that done and then first meal goes in. But yeah, feeling quite good actually. Still, as I said earlier, 7.5 weeks out. Well, let me rephrase that, potentially 7.5 weeks out. I may have a couple of work obligations, which means I may have to go abroad. So if I do that, then obviously I won't compete. So I'm not actually going to book onto this show until last minute. It will be a UK BFF show because I want to qualify for the British finals for that one, purely because the British finals are in Bedford and I live in Bedford. So it'd be nice to compete on home turf. And that will be my last or second to last show of the season. So that's my plan. I think I'll probably finish my season at Gym Bodies, which a lot of people, oh, why are you doing that? It's a minor federation. They do one show a year. For me, that show isn't about, showing off who I am as a bodybuilder or who anyone is. I just love how it's organised. I like the people behind the show. And if I can support what's essentially a small business just as much as I am, then I'm going to do it. It's not about winning or losing for me on that show. It's just about going there and showing up and having a good time. And as I said, the people behind it, Paulette, who runs it, give her a follow. I'll tag her in this. She's an absolute sweetheart. I know some of the judges that judge it, but no, it's not biased. So no, I'm not cheating by knowing the judges. A lot of people know some of the judges there. It's fairly judged. They purely judge it on what they see. There's no politics or anything like that. And I'm not trying to sell it because I've got no affiliation to them in any way. But I just think it's a great show to end my season on. So that's that. So I've got potentially the UK BFF, then PCA Wales, which is booked in. That's on the 30th of August, which is actually my birthday as well. So that'll be nice. And then if I do well enough to make the British finals for the UK BFF, I'll do that in Bedford. And then UK Gym Bodies. And I might try and squeeze in a FitX. I know everyone's like, oh, shitX. It's just my last year. So I just want to compete in as many federations as I can just to finish off my career. It's not my job, it's a hobby. To finish off my hobby as a bodybuilder. Although technically bodybuilding is my job because I'm a coach. I own a bodybuilding supplement shop, sponsored athlete. So I suppose it is my job in a way. But anyway, I'm rambling because I'm hungry and I'm trying to take my mind off my first meal because I've still got a good 40-45 minutes before I can have it. So I will see you probably when I'm getting my steps. Here it is, steps time. So I'm walking along, as you can see, the river. See the geese? Lovely. The weather's grim, isn't it? Got an umbrella because my hair will go curly if I let it get wet. So I'll probably I think this walk gets me about 3,000 steps in, something like that. So that takes me to the shop. Then obviously I do the same walk back after work. So that's 6,000 steps easy. I get a couple of thousand steps around the gym before I do this, just by moving from machine to machine. And then obviously a couple of thousand just during the day. So I try and hit a minimum 10,000. To be honest, I'm not a massive step count guy. Like, I try and hit 10,000 every day throughout the year, no matter what. And I'd rather get some cardio done, pull food back a little bit more. The amount of extra calories that you'll burn by doing steps, sort of when people go, oh, well, why are you doing 10 and not 12? Well, those extra couple of thousand steps isn't going to make much difference. I can do an extra 10 minutes on the cardio in the morning and that covers it personally, and I know I'll probably get some hate for that. And obviously I like walking actually, but I don't always have the time during the day. You know, I'm a coach, I own a supplement shop, I train, I've got a lot going on, I'm a dad, I'm a partner, you know, there's so much. And I'm not trying to make excuses, because I tell people off for making excuses, but I do what I can around my life to get things happening. So on that, I'm going to get my pace up a little bit, get the shop opened, and I will see you there for meal one. So here we are, you join me for meal number one. Just putting a bit of salt in it. So this is cream of rice, just 40 grams, and 30 grams of whey isolate. I'm using ultra isolate from Refined Nutrition, a little bit of salt, and I also use a little bit of this Perform zero sugar syrup. This is the salted caramel one, and it works nice. So I've got white chocolate flavored isolate, and it is banoffee waffle or banoffee caramel flavored cream of rice, and also a black coffee, because I need me some caffeine. Yeah, that's it. So as you can see, I'm in the shop, Vision Nutrition. So I might do a couple of videos today just showing you what I do, how I run the shop, and so on and so forth. Well, I'm not going to give you the backstage inside secrets, because otherwise you'll all be doing it. But yeah, so that's me. So training done, cardio done, half of my steps done, meal number one going down. See you in a bit. So you join me back for meal number two. Bit more salt again, as always, on every meal. This one is cream of oats, so just 30 grams, and then again 30 grams of whey isolate, and I've got some dragon fruit on there, hence why it's bright pink. So I'm going to knock this one back, and then I'm going to show you, got a delivery, got some merch in the shop, so I'm going to open it up, show you what's come in, what some of my clients have ordered, and what's potentially coming into the shop. So a little sneak peek for you. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy this. Sorry for speaking with my mouth full. See you in a bit. So, merch time. I have got here some bag patches. So, to go on your Built for Athletes bags. Some Team Vision ones. So, they are for the Team Vision team. And then we have these NFL jerseys. However, it's turned up and there is a mistake on it, so it's going to have to go back, because this is an order for one of my clients. It says Tram Vision. It's meant to say Team Vision. So that's got to go all the way back to Portugal, because that's where they get made. Yeah, so Josh, I'm sorry mate, but you're going to have to wait a bit longer. Yeah, the joys of running a business is sometimes mistakes happen, and that is one of them. So I'm going to have to double check that it wasn't me with my fat sausage fingers typing it in. But even if it was, I'll just have to order him another one. But yeah, that's the joys. Right, so you're joining me for meal 3. Problem is, I've eaten it. Because I completely forgot. So it is rice pudding with protein, but the rice I use is this, the diet rice. So there's only 20 calories per 200 grams. That, a scoop of whey and some fruit. So keeps it low or zero carb, high protein, low calorie. So the whole meal is 140 calories, something like that. But it fills me up. And that works for me in prep. Probably won't work for you, so don't come at me. See you later. Right, so back again for meal 4. This one, again, nothing overly exciting. Still another zero carb meal. I only really have my carbs around my training window at the moment. So this one is chicken and green beans. So there's 170 grams of cooked weight chicken, 100 grams, actually it's leeks, sorry, 100 grams of leeks. I just put some pink salt on here, as you can see, some Cholula hot sauce, and then I have a little bit of this 0 calorie, 0 fat, 0 sugar Calo Fit sauce. which, that came out a bit quick, which is Caesar dressing flavour. And I put up a little video earlier on today on my Instagram with a little clip of behind the scenes of what I'm doing, and people have asked, what are your macros? I didn't really think people cared that much. So on this, I will tell you, if it really keeps you happy. So on this meal, it is, so it's just 271 calories, 57 grams of protein, 3 grams of carbs, 4 grams of fat. That is it. My total macros for the day at the moment on a training day, 1,722 calories, which is quite low. 266 grams of protein, 111 grams of carbs, and 23 fat. On a rest day, that's significantly lower. So I'm on 1447 is my calories, 197 protein, 87 carbs, and the fats are the same, 23 grams. So yeah, that is it. So nothing high, but I am coming into the arse end of prep. And I would rather have slightly lower food in terms of carbs and have a refeed as and when needed than be doing 2 hours of cardio a day, purely because I don't have the time for it. So I do that. I have slightly lower food. I'm not really suffering hunger-wise. Yeah, I'm a little bit tired towards the end of the day, but that's prep, innit? It is what it is. But yeah, overall, so that's what I'm doing. So I'll be eating this, then I'll be shutting the shop in about half an hour, because it's about 5:30. I shut at 6. Then go and treat myself to a sunbed, because I'm going pasty white. And then I'll see you back either on the walk back to my car or when I get home for meals 5 and 6. Which again are nothing exciting, and you might even get the pleasure, when I can speak, the pleasure of seeing Mrs. Vision.
There's a little close up of my face, getting brown. Anyway, that's all you need to see of that. Baked potatoes.
That's it, sunbed done. Now another 3,000 steps back to the car, and then a bit of shopping. So it's non-stop. Then I need to go home and food prep and have 2 more meals. Yeah, so that's the life of a bodybuilder.
Home again, meal 5, 170 grams of chicken. Just going to warm that up in a microwave. And then with that, I'll have 30 grams of kimchi. I'll have some cucumber and some shredded lettuce. And that's it for that meal. And then I've got a load of orders that I need to go through, which is great fun. Look, there's the boss. Have a wave. Yeah, so, and it's now, what's the time? 7:30. I've only just got in. I've got to sort all that out. I've got to do my meal prep for tomorrow. Still got 2 more meals to have today. Yeah, so absolutely non-stop. So I'm going to cut it there while I prep this meal. I'll show you a little bit of when I do my meal prep for tomorrow, so you kind of see what supplements and things go into that. And yeah, and then I'll see you after that at the last meal, and then I'm going to bed. So, meal prep time. The first one I'm going to do is the diet rice. Loads of people are asking me what it is. 2 seconds, let me grab you one. So, it's this. It's not rice at all. It's actually made from konjac flour. Konjac, Konjac, which is actually tapioca. So it's something like 3% konjac flour, some acidity regulator, and the rest is water. So yeah, in 200 grams of it, there's only 20 calories. So, but what I do, so it looks like that. And then I put in, let me just set my scales. I put in 30 grams of whey isolate. I mix in with that. 31, we're in prep, we can't go over. And this is what I'm using, by the way. Ultra isolate by Refined Nutrition. That is the white chocolate flavour. And then I get a little bit of water in it and then just mix it up. And it sounds like it's going to be rank, right? But trust me, it makes the sweetest tasting rice pudding. And it's massively filling because, you know, there's 200 grams there plus the weight of the whey. It's about 250 grams in total with a little bit of water. And when you warm it up, it's exactly the same as having rice pudding. So it feels like you're having a bit of a treat. And then I had a little bit of sweet ground cinnamon, because everything's better with cinnamon. Yeah, and that's it. And then again, I'm mixing the cinnamon. And you can use like some flavour powders, whatever brand you want to use. You know, I know that adds about 10 calories, but there's so many different brands and flavours out there. And that's it. And that's one meal done, which is quite a simple prep. And that's one of 6 meals already completed it, mate. And then I've got 2 meals. One of them is, again, 30 grams of whey isolate and 30 grams of cream of oats, which is that from Apex Formulas. And another meal again with 30 grams of whey isolate, and that has in it 40 grams of cream of rice. I'm using the caramel biscuit one by Refined. I've already put that in a bowl, so I can't show you that one. So I'm kind of doing it as I go along, but yeah, and then I'll have 2 meals of 170 grams cooked weight chicken with some green veg, whatever green veg I fancy that day. And then my last meal of the day is another one of those rice puddings, but that time was 60 grams of whey isolate. Oh, and also in my oats there's 20 grams of nut butter. But yeah, that's it for the day. Sometimes I add a bit of fruit, sometimes I don't. If I do add the fruit, I take the nut butter out just to balance the calories. But I prefer to have a bit of fat in it, so I try and stick with the nut butter. I use pip and nut. But yeah, that's it. So that's meal prep. So join me back in the next bit where I'll get my supplements ready and go through what I use every day. There's quite a lot. And yeah, that's it. Right, supplement time. So curcumin for my joints, anti-inflammatory, basically. Astragalus for my kidney health. HMB, that is done twice a day. It's basically for muscle retention, good recovery. D3 and K2, bone health, for energy, lack of sun in this country, as you all well know. I also take a couple of Inshore, basically digestive aids when I've had my carb meals. And I also take some digestive enzymes as well, purely because I've got IBS and it helps me better. Omegas, I take a couple of those, heart health, brain health, joint health. BioHeart, so this has got in it berberine, CoQ10, magnesium citrate, vitamin K2 and D3, garlic extract, pomegranate extract, grapeseed extract, hawthorn berry, all good for your heart, especially if you're an enhanced athlete. I'm dropping lids on the floor. Next one is potassium. One, because I don't have enough. And I had a few problems a couple of years ago with potassium, so I make sure that I take it every day now. I also take some lion's mane. I don't know if it actually works. It might just be placebo, but I've got it, so I take it. Again, for mental and brains and stuff. Multivitamin, I take every day just because it's a multivitamin and it's healthy. And then organ support. Again, if you're an enhanced athlete, it's important to keep everything protected and safe. And then some Cialis pre-workout for blood flow. This is the most important one, hay fever tablet. Although I do have the hay fever injection, I still take that. And then a couple that I'm not going to name on camera, that I'm currently putting in the pot, because I don't want to get banned on social media for mentioning certain names. So I don't make a secret of being an enhanced athlete, so I just don't go through what I use and what I don't use, purely because what works for me may not work for you. And I don't want people risking themselves just for the sake of it. So that is all of the oral supplements, and then I'll be back in a second for my intra workout, pre-workout. I just need to go and get it out of the cupboard. Back again for the drinking concoctions. So I take quite a high dose of vitamin C every day, a couple of 1,000 milligrams, purely because I have really bad water retention. So that helps flush the water out, and also good for the immune system, good anti-inflammatory as well. I also use Ultra Hydration Refined Nutrition. So I have a scoop in my pre-workout and I have a scoop intra-workout because I sweat a lot, so I like to replace everything. Ultra EAAs, again, intra-workout. EAAs, the essential amino acids, obviously great for recovery, although I would argue you can just use BCAAs as you get most of it from food, but I use EAAs because I can. And then next is glutamine. I use 20 grams of that a day because you get, as well as the gut health benefits, you get muscle recovery benefits and so on and so forth from that. And then I use another product, basically a digestion optimizing supplement. So it's got psyllium husk, glutamine, apple cider vinegar, lemon juice extract, and aloe vera extract, and a probiotic in it, again for my gut health. That goes in my first thing in the morning. And then refined nutrition pump, I actually double scoop that because why not? We're still going, don't worry. And then because I am using certain fat burners, I do tend to cramp, so I use a bit of taurine, just 5 grams a day. That helps me. To be fair, since using it I haven't got the cramps. And then ultra creatine, I actually take 30 grams of creatine a day. So I take 10 grams pre, 10 grams intra, and 10 grams post workout. And I also add, when I can find it, just in my pre, just a couple of cracks of Himalayan pink salt, Aldi special. And yeah, so that is my my supplements for the day, my pre-workout, my intra-workout. Finally, the last bit are the research compounds. So this, I don't know if it's going to focus on it. No, it's not. MOTS-C, basically mitochondrial efficiency. Also with SS31 for the recovery and rejuvenation of the mitochondria, GH, and SLU. And also, as I've got a bit of an injury at the moment, I'm using a glow pen. So that's that. As I said, I'm not going to go through the enhancement stuff side because it's none of your business. I'm happy to talk to people in private on there, but as a general public thing, I'm not going to do it. Simple as that. So that's me. That's a day in the life. I'm going to go and spend some time with Mrs. Vision and have a shower because I absolutely stink. Love you, bye.